The feed draper takes the crop from the side drapers and delivers it to the feed auger and onto the combine feeder house. The drive roller has a non-slip coating applied for superior traction. There are 3 grease points for the feed draper rollers, 2 on the idler roller and 1 on the drive roller on the right-hand side. The grease interval is every 10 hours. The feed draper tension is adjusted from underneath. See the V in the middle of this assembly? The tension indicator does not have to be centered on both sides for the tension to be correct. The adjustment can be up to 3 mm or 1/8 of an inch loose, which is aft of center in the indicator window, or 6 mm or 1/4 inch tighter, which is forward of center in the indicator window. It does not have to be the same on each side. The tension is factory set and then fine-tuned to adjust tracking. Adjustments can be made if the center draper is slipping, but always observe how the draper is tracking after making an adjustment. The bottom feed deck pan is formed poly to prevent seed loss and easily opens for clean out and inspection. The feed auger can be configured in a number of different ways with a combination of flighting and fingers to maximize feeding to your combine. There are recommended setups for each combine brand, but if conditions dictate, fingers or flighting may be installed or removed. The finger and flighting setups along with a fine-tuned auger speed give us a 20% increase in capacity over the prior model FD75s. The feed auger timing can be changed with an adjustment on either side of the auger. This feature determines where the fingers are fully extended. There are 2 options. Position A is used for canola and other bushy crops, and the fingers are fully extended earlier. Position B is used for most other grains. Both sides must be adjusted to the same position, A or B, or damage to the auger will occur. The feed auger has 2 operating conditions, floating or rigid. Headers are set in the floating position from factory. The rigid position may be beneficial if feeding issues arise in light fluffy crops like canola or field peas. This adjustment is made underneath the header. Underneath the auger is a stainless steel feed pan. The auger to feed pan clearance should be checked periodically. If the clearance is too tight, the flighting and fingers may rub on the feed pan. Too loose and the crop may hesitate before entering the feeder house, creating a slug. Set the header tilt angle to D and make sure the auger is in the floating position. Measure the distance between the flighting and the feed pan. It should be 11 to 16 millimeters or 7/16 to 5/8 of an inch. In forward operation, the fingers extend to grab the crop from the feed draper, pull it under the auger, and then retract to release the crop to the combine. When the combine feeder house is reversed, a clutch inside the auger changes the position of the fingers so they extend on the feeder house side of the auger. This allows the auger to pull the crop back under the auger onto the feed draper. When the combine feeder house is returned to forward operation, the clutch shifts the fingers back to the normal operating position. Inside the auger is a magnetic shield to prevent debris from damaging the reversing clutch. The shield can be retrofitted to older FM100 float modules. It should be noted when replacing an auger finger, make sure the R-clip or hairpin is installed correctly. That is the round closed end of the clip facing in the direction of auger rotation. Damaged finger holders can be replaced without dismantling the auger by installing a 2-piece holder assembly. A chain on the left side drives the auger. Inspect after the first 10 hours of operation and every 100 hours thereafter. To check the chain tension, rotate the auger by hand in reverse direction to take up the slack in the chain. Mark a reference line across the auger and cover. Rotate the auger by hand in forward direction to again take up the slack and make a second reference line on the cover. Measure the distance between the 2 lines on the cover. For a new chain, a distance of 1 to 4 millimeters or 3/64 to 5/32 of an inch is correct. For a used chain, if the distance between the marks is 3 to 8 millimeters or 1/8 to 5/16 of an inch, no adjustment is required. To achieve the correct clearance, loosen the idler sprocket and position as required. Apply grease to the chain every 100 hours through the access cover.